Thanks for joining me. We're back at Potteries Motorcycles, where again they've been kind enough to lend me one of their demo fleets, and today we're out on the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. Brand new demo bike I've been lucky enough to ride, so if this is a bike that may be of interest to you, come along with me and I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, so let's have a little ride round. This is the Super Meteor 650, the latest in the 650 line of Royal Enfields. Started by the Interceptor about 4 or 5 years ago. I think this was the second one, and of course the latest incarnation is the Shotgun, which I rode a few weeks ago. Excuse me. The first thing I noticed was as I swung my leg across was how low it was. I thought the Shotgun was low, and I've got the figures in my pocket. I'm not entirely certain the exact height. I can tell you in a little while when we have a walk round, but this is very low. You're sitting in the bike rather than on top of the bike, which is wonderful, which is really good. I like that no end. And another thing I noticed was the seat initially was quite hard, which is no bad thing. Really, because we all know that too plush a seat is not always good. I did have an Interceptor years ago, and one of my criticisms of the Interceptor was the seat. In fact, one of the few criticisms of the Interceptor was the seat. I found it like a plank, and after 50 mile, it was intolerable. Now, there are things that you can do about the Interceptor seat. Of course, there is. You can replace the seat. You can get all sorts of different aftermarket stuff. My answer to the problem was just to fit an Airhawk seat cushion, which was wonderful, and it transformed it. But this seat, no such problems on this. It feels absolutely fine. And what a wonderful little engine this is. I say little, 650cc. About 46 brake horsepower. Again, when we walk around, I'll give you the exact figure. But a lovely tractable engine. It pulls from nothing, this does. You can find yourself in any gear and open the throttle, and it burbles away and pulls you wherever you want to go. So that's quite remarkable, really, how it works. The torque on it is fantastic, and I believe that the peak torque figure is delivered quite low as well. Now, this particular bike has only done, we're on 9 miles now. When I picked it up, it had done 4 miles. It's the new demonstrator. I think they have had a previous demonstrator to this, but this is the new one. So obviously I'm going to go reasonably steady on it. I'm not going to rag a brand new bike. It's not my bike. Potteries Motorcycle have been good enough to lend it me, so that wouldn't be fair. So it's just a little tickle round, this is. First thoughts ride, and to let you know what I think about it, and the sort of thing that you might draw a similar conclusion if you had a test ride yourself. Now, having swung my leg across this particularly low seat, I'm sitting in it. What do you notice? Well, the handlebars are quite wide. This is obviously a cruiser style motorcycle, and these are some of the traits of cruisers generally. Another trait of so the handlebars are they're quite wide, and they're pulled back, so very, very comfortable. It's almost sit up and beg until you come to your footing position, which is further forward. As opposed to the Shotgun, which is more of a mid-mounted controls for your feet controls, these are much further forward. So I set off the very first time I set off on it, bear in mind I've got a classic 350 and I'm used to the mid-mounted controls, and this has got forward controls, and I went to put my feet on the pegs, and only to learn there wasn't any pegs there. So I thought, oh, and then I remember, obviously, I mean, come on Keith, get your act together. But it's just something that you become used to, isn't it? You know, your foot position. And my pegs were where I first thought they were, but after 5 minutes I'm already used to that, and I must say it's quite comfy. It's alright, don't mind this at all. Another thing that I've noticed straight away is how manoeuvrable it is. Now, whether that's as a result, this isn't a particularly light bike. I mean, from memory, I think it's about 240 kilos. So it's a bit of a porker, but the weight all seems quite low down, and you're sitting quite low down in the bike. And it seems so manoeuvrable. I don't remember the shotgun being quite as manoeuvrable as this. Now, that could be because of the seating position. It could be because of the rake of the forks, the shower forks. This has got shower fork as well, which are wonderful. But this does seem like the weight's down low, and it seems really manoeuvrable at low speed, which to my mind comes as a bit of a surprise, to be honest. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by that. People on cruisers will tell me, oh no, don't be surprised at that. That's the norm. Well, that's come as a bit of a surprise how manoeuvrable it is at low speed. Now, whether the counter sort of argument to that is it won't be quite as good at higher speed, I don't know, because I haven't done any higher speed just yet. Well, we've got a beautiful day for a test ride. Thank you once again to Potteries Motorcycles for facilitating this. If you are in the market for a Royal Enfield, they are a friendly bunch. I mean, organise a test ride and they'll happily allow you out on their demo fleet, which is wonderful. So thanks again. Now, we all know that Royal Enfield are doing different flavours of this. They started with the Himalayan, then they did this, the Super Meteor. They've recently done the shotgun, and if what's true, if we're led to believe, there's another one coming, a 650 Classic, quite soon. So it comes down to they're making the best of this wonderful engine, and it comes down to sort of which, we've talked about this before, and they do it with the Classic. All manufacturers do it, don't they? They make the best of a platform, make the best of an engine, because development costs must be horrendous. So what has surprised me is having ridden this only for 10 minutes, it's different to the shotgun. It's very different to the shotgun. And that surprises me. Obviously the engine's the same, but it just feels a different bike. And I like it. I like the shotgun. So here we go again. Keith's off again, isn't he? Oh, he's giving me after one of these now. But to my mind, this is a little bit more sort of conservatively styled, a bit more of a traditional motorcycle, if you like. The shotgun, the back mudguard and the seat on the shotgun, the headlamp nacelle, the blacked out stuff. This is more chromy. You could say it's more blingy, but I wouldn't say it's over the top blingy. I'd just say it's more traditional. It's just more what we come to expect in, a normal bike, if you like, with the chrome exhausts, the chrome accents here and there, and there's some lovely little touches, like these. Like the switch gear. I mean, I love this Royal Enfield switch gear. They've got it spot on. It's absolutely great quality. And this one particularly looks like it's like a billet. You know, it's like a chrome. No, chrome's the wrong word. It doesn't. I don't know what it's made out of. But the switchgear looks lovely. The switchgear looks lovely with the black the actual switches are black, but the housing for the switchgear is in a chromey, a brushed metal and aluminium, a billet. I don't know what it is, but it looks really good. And along with the top of the forks, which are billets, and I'm surprised they've got black indicators. I noticed upside down forks. It just looks, to my mind, if I was going to choose between this and the shotgun, early days I know, but the low speed handling of this and the look of this, I think, because I'm an old codger that likes bikes to look like bikes that I remember, I think I'd probably go for this one, you know. I think I would, and that's nothing wrong with the shotgun. The shotgun's a wonderful bike. You know, if I had to make that decision, and who knows, in the future I might, which one shall I go for, I think I better set my tent up in the showroom and just look at them all night. You know, get a tent with the two doors, one either end, and just keep glancing at them and decide which way I want to go, because that's what I'm like. I'd find it really difficult to choose. My gut feeling, I don't know why, this is a little bit lower. You're sort of sitting in this, and it feels so, Royal Enfields, they're so robust, aren't they? They're so well built. You know, it's and they're surprisingly quick. If this was an animal, I tell you what, it'd be a rhinoceros. It'd be a rhinoceros, without any shadow of doubt, because it's bulky. Hey, this one, it's even the same colour as a rhinoceros, isn't it? But it's so solidly built, so bulky. And you might think, well, okay, you know, and it's quite heavy, this is, and you might think, well, it's going to be slow, isn't it? Slow? I tell you what, you get in the savannah, and a rhinoceros comes out the bush, and you start legging it, and he comes after you. Hey, see how slow you think that is then? They can shift, and this will shift as well. I suspect this is, you know, this will pick its skirt up and run if you want it to. Wonderful, wonderful, yeah. Switchgear, lovely. Adjustable, chrome, satin, aluminium, call them what you will. No, they look like brushed aluminium to me, with adjustable as well. Adjustable levers. Chrome mirrors. Now, another problem that I remember on the shotgun was, for some reason, I couldn't see much behind me, and I was slightly critical of the mirrors because I couldn't see much behind me. This, for some reason, I can see. They only look little shorties, really. Chrome, nice chrome, round bezels on them. But yeah, I can. As I'm looking now, I've got 40% arm and 60%, 30% arm and 70% mirror behind me. This, on another point, this hey, I tell you what seems strange. When you come to a halt like this and you put your feet down, if you've got a classic, you'll know exactly what I mean. How many times have you put your seat down only to find that the foot pegs are exactly where you want to put your feet? And you think, and you know, and we get used to it, don't we? And we splay our legs a little bit further apart to counteract the problem. But no such issues on this, because with it being forward pegs, you've got all that room where your foot pegs were on your classic. So that's wonderful. And I'm just about 6 foot tall, and I can balance it, and I can touch the floor without any issues whatsoever. No, here we go again. I like it. I like it. Let's wave trim, see if he waves. Oh, he nodded at me. Yeah, because we did a survey, didn't we, about waving. Oh, here we go again. Come on, Keith. You're doing a review now, not waving at people. Okay, so what else have I got to say about it? So, comfy seat, wide handlebars, show of forks. We'll go through the spec in a minute when we walk around at the bowling green. Lovely, the paintwork. This looks a dark like a black, but it's got speckles in it. The paintwork on was wonderful. The handlebars are matte black. They suit the bike perfect. I wonder if they could have put chrome handlebars on this. Would that have improved it? I bet you could get them anyway. That's not a hardship, is it? But these matte blacky type steel handlebars, they're alright. You see what I mean? Look at that. Look how manoeuvrable that is. Look how manoeuvrable that is at low speed. In fact, tell you what, let's just have a go. See how wide this road is? Now, let's see if I can turn round. Here we go. Right, my feet are up. Bit of back brake. Oh! Now I have put my foot down then, but simply because of the road surface. Oh, let's go the other way, see if I can do it. Okay, here we go. Do you know, I never like going round right as I do left. Why is that? We've got a Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 2023. The latest version of the 650 Royal Enfield engine. Parallel twin, single overhead cam, 650cc. This particular one comes in two real versions. It comes in a cruiser version and it comes in a tourer version. This is the cruiser version. In the black colour, metallic-y black, beautiful bike. To my mind, as I was saying, because it's a little bit more sort of traditional than the Royal Enfield shotgun. I like it a bit more than the black tat. I like the chrome exhaust and I like the bullnose silencers that are on it. Yeah, I do like them, and I think I prefer the look of this if I was to choose, personally speaking. So what have we got? £6,800 for this version, £7,300 for the tourer. 8 valve, 3-year warranty, 46 brake horsepower, 38 pound-foot of torque at 5,650 revs. But 80% of that torque is available at 2,500 revs, and you can genuinely feel that. It pulls from nothing. Whatever gear you're in, you open it up and it pulls. It's lovely. I do like it. The oil cooler on the front. The engine is part of the frame. It's a stressed member of the frame, so you haven't got a duplex frame. The engine is part of the frame. The Tourer is probably more kitted out for having a pillion. The seat's bigger with a backrest, which I know my missus would like. Again, detail touches on the Enfields nowadays, phenomenal. That backlight, I love it. Same as the shotgun, probably. We've got 43mm Showa upside down front forks. Big beefy forks, look a treat. And we've got Showa twin shocks on it as well, with 101mm, so 4 inches of tread on the back shocks. Tubeless tyres, Seat Zoom Cruise tyres. We've got a 16-inch rear wheel. That looks quite a fat tyre actually, doesn't it? Looks quite a fatty. I don't know if you can see that under there. I don't know if I'm getting that, but let's have a look. Let's have a look what it is. The tyre is 150 80/16. Yeah, tubeless. And the front wheel, Seat Zoom Cruise, 19-inch front wheel. Single disc on the front. Twin pot by Brie brakes. Let's have a look. 320mm front, 300mm rear, but the rear, like on the shotgun, is a bit of a monster, so just be careful on that. If you stamp on that, that'll soon pull you up. As I said, I did read that somebody was saying that the front brake was almost a bit
a bit weak. I don't get that. I suppose it depends how fast you go, doesn't it? But I wasn't getting that. We got a 740mm seat height, LED headlamp, fuel tank 15.7 litres of fuel. Comes in red, blue, 2 greens. Now I presume they do a green in the touring version and a green in the cruising version. Black and blue. Yeah, nice thing. Slightly more traditional than the shotgun. None the worse for that. So there you are. Another beautiful bike from Royal Enfield. And it's a question of which flavour you like. You wouldn't go wrong with any.
There you go, bit of crown green bowling, eh? Fantastic. A fella come across there and he was talking to me about his dad and having a motorbike, and he says, that's a nice bike. He says, where is it? I said, Royal Enfield. He said, oh, he says, it's Triumph, is it? I said, no, Royal Enfield. Oh, Royal Enfield. Yeah, my dad used to have a Triumph. I said, oh. He says, yeah, he's love his Triumphs. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. He says, Royal Enfield, they're British. I said, well, they were once. I said, unfortunately, not anymore. They made an India. I said, well, they're good bikes. He says, India? I said, yeah. He says, oh, wow. But he was looking at it. He says it's a nice bike anyway. But, yeah, it's funny how some people think a Triumph, he says. Right, let's have a tickle. Where are we going now? Is this road still shut? No, this road isn't shut, so we'll go back this way. We'll just avoid that puddle and the Tesla coming the other way. And we're in business. So there you are, a little walk around, some of the basic details of it. What do you think? Would you have this or the shotgun? What do you prefer? It's whatever, you know, you like apples or oranges. Hey? Tomato, scone or scone. I don't know. I, personally, like this. Yeah, it's because, and the only reason is I think when I said the shotgun, it was just it took a little bit of acclimatising to, a bit of a strange looky. Not massively, you know what I mean? You have to get used to the looks of it, that back seat, that back mudguard and that. Whereas this is a bit more traditional with forward controls on. But I like this would make anybody a grand bike. Yeah, you could do almost anything in this apart from racing. But I am impressed by the low speed manoeuvrability on this, and it's got to be because it's this sort of cruiser style, and you're sitting in it. You're sitting in this rhinoceros. It's lovely, and a lovely place it is too. Right, I'm going to take you back now because I got a little bit delayed. Hope they don't shout at me at Potteries because I got slightly delayed by the boulders. Hey, talking about stuff. Yeah. And one of them said, where do you live? And I told him, and he said, you didn't work on a certain place, did you? I said, I did, yeah. He said, I remember you. Well, I couldn't remember him. It's not embarrassing when that happens. Couldn't remember him. But, you know, it's one of them things. I've never been very good like that, you know, but some people have got like brains that work that way, haven't they? Mine done it. Mine's like a peanut. Right, so let's go back now, have a tickle through here, get the bike back to him so somebody else can have a go. Wonderful bike. Thank you, Potteries, for lending it me. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. But yeah, wonderful this is. So me personally, I've said this a few times now, you can get bored by this, but of the 650s, I think this is the one. You won't necessarily, a third of you will agree, a third of you will say the Interceptor's best, a third of you will say the Shotgun's best. But for me, I suppose I'm in quite a privileged position really, aren't I now? I'm in quite a privileged little position because they're allowing me to ride these things and have a tickle about on them, which is brilliant. And I've ridden all three. The Classic will be the next one, won't it? When's that coming? Is that coming the end of the year or early into next year? I'm not sure. But when it does, I'm sure they'll let me have a go. Here's a KTM coming the other way. He's waved. And what's that? That's a Triumph in it. Yeah. Is that a Daytona? Something like that? I don't know. I wonder if you could get a heel and toe shifter on this. I bet you couldn't. But let me have a look. Oh no, you couldn't. It's too high. The gear lever's too high. You can get your boot under it easily. That's a good point. Yeah, you can get your boot under this for change gear, no problem at all. So, what don't I like about it? What don't I like about this? Oh, now I said this on the Shotgun, didn't I? And it's got the same clocks. Now, the clocks are very good. In as much as all the information is readily at hand. You can see how fast you go. It doesn't have a rev counter on it. You've got no rev counter, but you've got an analog dial going around the outside, round there, and in the middle you've got an odometer with your trips, you've got a clock, and you've got a gear indicator, which is always useful, isn't it? And to the right you've got the Tripper sat nav, which I still don't know how to use, but apparently that's a turn-by-turn sat nav that links to your phone and gives you sort of basic instructions of where you're going. Now when I rode the Himalayan, and I know this was out before the Himalayan, so they didn't have the Himalayan clock when they first produced there, but and one of my mates on YouTube, Pete, he said, no, he prefers these clocks, he likes these, he didn't like the Himalayan clock at all. See, so it's a broad church, this is, it's whatever floats your boat, isn't it? You've got to respect other people's opinions, of course you have, everybody's different. And, but I like the single clock. I'd have sooner, especially on this bike, I'd a more traditional bit like the Interceptor. You know, speedo one side and maybe a rev counter on the other. But, well, that's the beauty of choice, isn't it? And even that problem probably wouldn't be insurmountable if that was a deal breaker, you know. You could probably ultimately do something about that, couldn't you? Right, so we're getting on the A50 now. The infamous A50 sometimes. But let's have a tickle down here. Take it back. But yeah, I think Royal Enfield have done it again. Well, they did this a few years ago, didn't they? A couple of years old now this is, but yeah. I don't think they make a bad bike. Right, let's take it back now. Okay, now then, on the shotgun, I took it round to show Gordon, didn't I? Gordon Banks on front of the stadium, on front of Stoke City. This time I brought to see Stanley Matthews here, if anybody remembers Stanley Matthews. What a player he was, just a bit before my time. But what do you think of this, Stan? Any good? He always says, he said it's alright, he said he likes seeing the shotgun. But no, he says he don't know what to compare it to, but he says it's a nice bike. Alright, mate. Well, I'll go back and I'll see, perhaps Gordon knows a bit more about it. Here are the mighty Potters. This is what it's all about. We're going to get promotion to the Premier League next year. Yeah, I bet somebody got something to say about that, haven't you? But there you go. So have I. Not a chance. Not a snowflake in hell's chance have we got. So please, Stoke City, prove me wrong next year. What's up with you? Come on. It's not like we're short of money, is it, eh? The Mr. and Mrs. Coates running us. We've got more money, but we don't seem to spend it right. Where are they getting these players from? I don't know. Right, I'm in back round now anyway, and I'll show you Gordon, because he did see the shotgun. And that'll be marvellous. Thank you. Right, good. What do you reckon? What do you think of this then? What do you think of that? Super Meteor 650. Should have this or the shotgun. What do you reckon? Yeah, I'll let you look at it. This? Yeah, I would, mate. Good lad. Right, see you next time. There you are. Gordon says Super Meteor. I'm with him. As long as you haven't got to take anybody in the back, but if you have, get the two reverses because it's got a better seat. There you go. That's pretty solid advice, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is say thank you so much for your support of my little fledgling channel. Not so fledgling now, we've been going a few months, haven't we? We've got a few subscribers on board, and you know, lots of them are interacting not just with me but with each other, so that's marvellous. Thank you for your comments, thank you for your photographs. Don't forget we've got a photograph competition at the end of the month, so that's coming. If you want to send me any photos, send them to Shotto, or any comments or any news, you know, you want me share, you want me air on the channel, shottostravels@gmail.com. I'm always pleased to see your thoughts and your photos. That'd be great. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this little ride out on this Super Meteor. I certainly have. I'm taking it back now, I'm not too far off. I'm going to get a bit of juice in it actually, because it's the lights come on. Oh, what's he doing in this van? So, I thought he was going to kill me, eh? Oh man, let me get out the road of him. Right, so, so thank you for commenting, thank you for subscribing, wonderful to have you on board. I've got the DRG coming. The day this goes out is the day of the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, so I'll put a link on this just in the description if anybody wants to give a few quid for that. That'd be marvellous. More about that on the next one, so I won't dwell on that too much, but thanks for watching. Ride safe, summertime now, so get out on your bikes, and I'll see you soon. See you on the next one. Bye.